How's it going, guys? We're back here at the Backyard Boys. We showed you a video earlier of curing some pig belly. We're gonna make our own bacon. That'll be next week. So right now, just to kill some time, we're gonna make some pork sausages. We got our meat grinder here, big load of ingredients. For this one, we're just using just these little pork chops. They were on sale, cheap, so I said why not. Alright, so we're going to get started. We're going to cut these up and get them in the bowl, ready for some mixing. Alright, we're just going to chunk these up a little bit, kind of like you would do for a stew meat. It just makes it a little bit easier for the meat grinder to take it. Nothing fancy here. Once again, really sharp knife is key. We're using roughly 3 pounds of meat here, and it's going to be one big pinwheel sausage is what we agreed to do. So it's going to be great. Just finish getting this cut up in the bowl here. Alright, bear with me. These are going to be done on the smoker too, so it's going to be pretty good. We're not curing though, we're just seasoning and cooking. We've gotten a lot of messages about doing cured sausage, but for now we didn't really have the time or necessity really to do it cured. Alright, last piece. Alright, so the meat is in the bowl. We can move this out of our way. And I'll get started on the ingredients. So what we're going to use. Just give my hands a quick rinse here, guys. Bear with me. Alright. So I'm going to start off so far with the dry ingredients. And once we get into the grinder, Chris is going to add the couple of wet ingredients. It's only a couple, so right now we're going to get started with this. Alright. First things first, garlic is key. We're going to use about 6 cloves. Crush them out. Oh, these little tools are great. Couple cloves each. There we go. I need 2 more. There's going to be roughly 1 stuck in the machine, so I'm going to put an extra 1 in. There we go. Perfect. Alright, move this to the side. Okay, this is going to be about 1/2 cup of salt. The recipe we had was for 6 pounds of meat, so I'm kind of cutting all of our ingredients in half right here. Alright, we're going to use 2 teaspoonsful of cracked black pepper. I pre-cracked it so I didn't have to give you the whole rigmarole of twisting a cracker for 15 minutes.
It's a lot nicer than I am.
Yeah, I'm not going to put you through it. Alright, over here we have 1 small whole onion, finely chopped. I think I'm only going to use about 3/4 of it though, because it do seem like a lot. There we go. Alrighty. And now As a binder, I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons full of breadcrumbs here, seasoned breadcrumbs. And that's good, it's really all I had left. Alright, a little bit of Cajun, just a great flavor on most meats, especially in the sausage. I'm going to do roughly a tablespoon or so. That's at your own discretion, all depends on how you like it. And same thing with the paprika, very good in smoked foods. It already has a nice smoky taste and flavor. And we're going to do about 2 tablespoons of paprika.
Gives her a nice color too, eh?
Oh yeah, it just adds that little bit of color. And this little fella here is a 1/4 teaspoon of sage. Alright, you could use fresh sage, but I've kind of forgot to pick some up at the store, so I'm using the powdered sage. Alright, and now I'm going to get a fork and give that all a good mixing. Spill some on the table, why not? On the floor. There we go. Alright, and now we have our grinder and our sausage attachments over here already set up. So I'm going to pass the seasoning over to Chris, and he's going to get the meat in and add some of our lard and the other wet ingredients.
Right on. So we have here a standard KitchenAid mixer, and we went to spend the extra couple $100 to get all the grinder attachments and whatnot for it. We can make breakfast sausage or regular size sausage. We're going with regular size standard dinner sausage. So I'm gonna start off right off the bat. Actually, I gotta put this pork back on here because I gotta put it through the grinder. So I'm going to fire up the grinder. Don't have to go super fast. It gets a little messy, so just be ready for it. That 3 pounds of meat is going to be a hell of a lot more sausage than you think. And the reason why we have the lard is because there's not actually a whole lot of fat on this. If you don't have enough fat, you have a really dry sausage. And there's nothing wrong with it, but we prefer like a fattier sausage. Nice and juicy. These are perfectly cubed. Chris did a good job cutting these up. Sometimes stuff comes shooting out of it. So we're going to do this in a few passes. I'm going to get this all through. Actually, I'm going to add some lard now.
And how much lard was it we had? We had roughly like just over 1/3 of a pound?
Just over 1/3. Less than half, more than a quarter of brick. The standard complements. There you go. There we go. That's great. Now you can see the lard forming into the actually I'm going to start adding more lard. It's mixing in with the pork quite well.
And it will mix a little bit more on the second pass while it's going into the sausage, right?
Yes, it will. Once we put the paddle on, incorporate everything, put it through again, then we'll be ready to stuff her into our sausage casing. Most butchers will just sell you a sausage casing, but Chris here, he knows the butcher, so I wouldn't ask Sobeys if I could buy some sausage casing yesterday. They said no. Chris went there today and he got some. Sometimes you gotta force it a bit. Air builds up. There we go. Get rid of that clog. perfect amount of lard, Chris. Just gonna throw it all in.
Alright.
Put some of that back through there because the lard's having a hard time getting out.
Alright, now I gotta readjust the camera real quick because it is quite a two-man process to actually make the sausage, so I'm gonna just give us a different little angle here.
Now it'll keep going for a little bit to get the rest of the sausage out. Get whatever I can here. Alright, I'll take the attachment off for a second. I'm going to slap my paddle on. Because now we're going to start adding more stuff. So, get it going slowly. Start spooning in our mixture. And by spoon, I mean just throw it all in at once. Gonna add some water. The reason we're adding water is it's gonna help get everything good, well incorporated.
We're using roughly 3/4 of a cup of water here. And we probably won't even need it all.
No, not with the lard content we got in there. But what we're getting here is we're making sure that all of our spices are incorporated into what's going to be an evenly distributed flavored sausage. Yeah, so there we go. Now we're going to get the sausage portion thrown on there so we can start stuffing.
Alright, and while you're doing that over there, I'm going to just quickly rinse the brine off the sausage casing.
Right on.
Let's give it a bit of cold water.
I got some cold water right here. Want left over there? That's all good. So, pop that off because we're not going to need it anymore.
Yes, you will.
You think so?
Yeah, we have to add our other wet ingredients.
I missed the syrup. Shit.
And an egg.
And an egg.
That's okay, this takes 2 seconds.
Well, let's get that going now.
Alright, I'll leave you to that and I'll come over here and get this soaking.
I'll put all that syrup in.
Yes.
A little bit of sweetness here instead of sugar, syrup. Little Aunt Jemima. Sounds good and wet. I'm gonna crack the egg off. Take an egg off in there. Perfect. I'm sure we have a really moist sausage. Because we're throwing it in the smoker for a while after this. It's going in there for a few hours. Okay, that's good and incorporated. Sorry for the mix-up, Pat.
No pun intended.
I like to waste as little as possible, but sometimes things are just pointless. So, if you want to throw that back on, Chris, I'm going to wash my hands off a little bit.
Go right ahead, buddy. Alright, just gonna come over here and grab our smaller cold guard for the sausage. Add on our attachments. Alrighty.
our spoon, our spoonula to spoon a mixture in.
Alright. Now we'll grab the casing. Should we, I'm going to lay out a couple of placemats here because I know this is going to be a bit messy.
Oh, I remember it getting messy last time.
Yes. So luckily our cutting board is still here.
Nice and, it's good and wet. That's what you want.
Alright, our casing has been soaked. So this is ready to go on. Just like the Jewish condom. Alright. Usually these are made of hog intestines. We went with moose foreskin. I'm just kidding. It's hog. Alright, and you want to unravel that, buddy, while I take it off here? I'm going to try to get this on as straight as possible here.
There we go.
Just makes for a smoother transition. And we're going to need quite a bit. It's a lot better to have more than what it is to have less. Especially making a pinwheel, we do want one big continuous sausage.
Bit of a pain in the ass to get on there.
It's a wee bit of a process, but it's worth it.
You do that. Spin it one way or the other. There we go. Sausage is a two-man operation. You don't want to do this alone. You'd be really pissed off if you do this alone. Think we got enough on there?
Yeah, I think we got quite a bit there.
It's quite a bit, yeah.
Alright, so we'll just give this a quick snip. And we'll tie a knot. We'll wait until after the sausage casing is all the way in, because I got to poke a quick little tiny hole in the end. Just so that the air just lets out when the meat starts going in. We don't want a huge bubble of just air. And apparently I can't tie a knot today.
Welcome to my world. You going with half hitch or?
We're gonna half hitch her, yeah. Actually, here I'm just gonna use one of my skewers to just give us a couple little air holes there real quick. And now comes the fun part. Chris, I'm gonna take 2 seconds just to move a couple of things out of the way here.
Yeah, let's get some stuff out of the way. You need to continuously feed the meat in there so you don't end up with too many air pockets as you're going.
Yes. Now we'll have one guy, which is going to be Chris, doing the actual stuffing the meat into the grinder, and I'm going to have to be the guy that holds the sausage as it's coming out, so I can pretty much judge how tight it gets and.
Basically, Chris is going to be the catcher.
Yeah. Ah, you're a dick. Alright, so I'm just going to lay one more placemat here real quick. And I guess we're ready to get this going, bud.
Ready?
Yep. It's going to take a second just for to get enough meat into the grinder just to make it go all the way down. A little bit slow filling up here. And we're just about there.
It's so messy.
It is so messy, but it's so worth it.
Oh, there we go. We got some meat coming out.
Yes, sir. I think your plunger is just a little bit too narrow.
Yeah, eh? It's not. Nothing's up there, huh? As you're packing up, how do you want that to feel when it's coming out?
It's kind of hard to say. I want it to feel kind of like a stress ball, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
You don't want it too tight, you don't want it too loose. I want it just enough so that it doesn't crack when I roll it up. So like I can always, you know, give it a little test, give it a little twist, kind of mellow it out a bit if I have to, but
Freaking smells delicious.
oh, it smells great.
I think that sweetness from the sauce is gonna be really nice. The syrup's gonna be really nice in there.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
Think of the magic of cameras, right? Hey,
What's that?
think of the magic of cameras.
Yes. You know what? Hold this for a second, Chris. I think we're going to turn this into a two-part video because I don't want to have to drag you through all of this. But we will be back when we have our pinwheel made.